It was a hot Thursday afternoon in suburban Atlanta, and Rachel Monroe could feel the Georgia sun burning through her worn-out jeans as she stepped out of her beat-up Honda Odyssey. The minivan had finally given up on her during her morning shift at the diner. With just over 200,000 miles, a cracked windshield, and the engine coughing like a lifelong smoker, it was time to move on. She gripped her son Eli's hand tightly. He was only 7, but already understood too much about struggle. Dressed in her blue diner uniform, still smelling faintly of coffee and pancakes, Rachel walked into the sleek glass showroom of Parkway Elite Motors. Her heart pounded. This was not the kind of place she ever imagined buying a car from, but she'd saved up for months and had a modest down payment ready. Her bank pre-approval letter was neatly folded in her purse, along with a list of certified, used cars she'd researched the night before. As they entered, the smell of leather and polished steel filled the air. Salespeople in fitted suits buzzed around, their watches flashing and shoes spotless. One of them, a tall man in his late 30s with slicked-back hair and too much cologne, glanced at her, then looked away as if she'd walked into the wrong building. Rachel cleared her throat and approached him. "Hi, I'm looking for a used SUV, something reliable, maybe a 2019 or 2020 model. I've got financing arranged." The salesman raised his eyebrows. "Ma'am, our pre-owned selection starts at $30,000. You might want to try something more. Budget-friendly. There's a used lot a few blocks down." "I understand," Rachel said calmly, "but I do have pre-approval through my credit union and a down payment ready. I just want to see what's available." Another salesman standing nearby whispered something under his breath. Both laughed. Rachel's cheeks flushed. She could feel the heat of shame rising in her ears. Eli looked up at her, confused, sensing the tension. "Mama, why are they laughing?" Before she could answer, a middle-aged manager in a tight grey suit walked over. "Is there a problem here?" "I just wanted to look at some used models," Rachel replied, forcing a polite smile. The manager gave a thin-lipped grin that didn't reach his eyes. "We're not a window shopping kind of place. We serve serious buyers. We'd appreciate if you didn't waste our staff's time." Rachel's heart cracked. Her eyes darted to Eli, whose hand was still in hers, small and warm. She fought back tears as she turned around and walked toward the door without another word. As she pushed the glass door open, she heard one of the salesmen snort behind her. Unbelievable. Showing up in a diner uniform. What was she thinking? Outside, the sunlight seemed harsher. Rachel took a deep breath, trying not to cry in front of her son. She unlocked her dying minivan and opened the passenger door for Eli. "Why didn't they want to help us, Mama?" he asked quietly, eyes wide. She didn't know how to answer. "Sometimes people only see what they want to see," she whispered. She started the van, hoping the engine would cooperate one more time. As she pulled away from the dealership, she didn't notice the sleek black car parked 2 rows over. Sitting inside it was a man in dark sunglasses, watching everything that had just happened. He recognized her instantly. The way she walked, the protective way she held her son's hand, the fire in her eyes even in defeat. And he wasn't just anyone. He was Ethan Carter, tech billionaire, and the man who used to love her. The next morning, the sleek hum of an engine turned heads at Parkway Elite Motors. A black Rolls Royce Phantom pulled up to the dealership's front entrance, its mirror finish reflecting the stunned faces of employees who'd gathered outside. A chauffeur stepped out and opened the rear passenger door. Out stepped Ethan Carter, tall, composed, and unmistakably powerful. His name carried weight across tech, business, and social media. Billionaire founder of a cybersecurity empire. His face had been on the cover of Forbes twice, but today he wasn't here to talk business. He was here because of Rachel. Less than 24 hours ago, he'd sat in his car near that same dealership, waiting to catch a glimpse of her. He hadn't seen her in almost 8 years. Not since they split. He didn't know she'd kept the baby, and when he saw her walk out of that building in tears, holding the hand of a little boy who looked eerily like him, his world shifted. Now he was back to set things right. A dealership manager rushed forward, grinning. "Mr. Carter, what a surprise! What can we help you with today?" Ethan adjusted his cufflinks. "I'm here about a woman you kicked out yesterday." The manager blinked. I'm sorry." Brown hair, diner uniform, holding a child's hand, Ethan said coolly. "You insulted her, laughed at her, told her she wasn't serious enough to shop here." The manager stiffened. Several salespeople, including the one who'd mocked Rachel, began to realize who he was talking about. "She's the mother of my son," Ethan said, his voice calm but sharp. "And you treated her like dirt." Silence fell like a hammer. "I was going to place a multi-car executive order with this dealership," he continued. 7 luxury vehicles. That's done now." The manager stammered, "Mr. Carter, please, let's not rush to—" Ethan raised a hand to silence him. "She's outside right now. I told her I needed help picking out a car. She doesn't know I saw what happened yesterday." He walked outside, where Rachel stood near the sidewalk, confused but calm. She had on the same uniform, holding her old purse and looking uncomfortable amid the wealth. "Ethan?" she asked. "What's going on?" "I saw you yesterday," he said. I didn't know. I didn't know about Eli, about how hard things got for you." She hesitated. "I didn't expect help from anyone, least of all you." "You don't need help," he said gently. "You just needed someone to treat you with respect. Let me do that now." He handed her a car key. "I already bought it. A brand new SUV, safe and reliable. Exactly what you came here for." Rachel blinked. "Why?" "Because you've been fighting alone for too long," he said, "and because our son deserves to see his mother treated the way she deserves." Tears welled in Rachel's eyes. "You really think you can just show up in a Rolls Royce and fix the past?" "No," he said softly, "but maybe I can help build something better." Rachel stood frozen, emotions colliding inside her. She looked over at Eli, who was sitting on a nearby bench, eating a granola bar and waving at her. She smiled. Then, slowly, she reached out and took the key. Inside the dealership, the staff watched through the glass in silence, faces flushed with embarrassment. As Ethan and Rachel walked back toward the car together, he leaned closer and whispered, "Let's talk more, if you're ready." Rachel nodded, not because he was a billionaire, not because of the car, but because for the first time in a long time, someone had truly seen her.